Ender's Game argumentative essay. Courage is not always apparent or even intended. Reflection also often reveals the courageous side of action. In the science fiction novel Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card, Ender Wiggin is the most courageous character. Ender shows courageous actions by standing up to others, giving up his life for others, and saving the world. One way Ender Wiggin is courageous is he stands up to others. Standing up to someone that everyone is scared of takes courage to be able to do. But I'm going to become a good soldier. I won't screw up your regular drill, but I'm going to practice. And I'm going to practice with the only people who will practice with me. And that's my launchies. You'll do what I tell you to do, you little bastard. You can tell when Ender stood up to Bonzo. Bonzo is a little surprised because he's not used to people talking back to him. This built a hate relationship between Ender and Bonzo. You can see the result of this at the end of the book where Bonzo tries to kill Ender. Ender also stood up to Peter, his older psychopath brother who threatens to kill him multiple times. Standing up to someone that threatened to kill you takes courage to be able to do. It would not be a good game, Ender knew. It was not a question of winning. When kids played in the corridors, whole streets of them, the buggers never won. And sometimes the game got mean. But here in the flat, the game would start mean. Ender knew going into the buggers and astronauts that playing the game he would not win, and he could get hurt or even killed, which takes courage to be able to do. Another way that Ender is courageous is that he is willingly giving up his life, leaving his family, friends, and belongings behind. He also knows this will be a lot harder than normal school. After all this, he will need to start a new life. Leaving his family, friends, and belongings behind is one of the hardest things you can do. Kill some buggers for me, Peter shouted. I love you, Andrew, Mother called. We'll write to you, Father said. He heard Valentine's anguished cry. Come back to me. I love you forever. Ender knows that he needs to leave to go to battle school to be able to help save the world. Ender stated he is going to miss all of them, even Peter. Ender, having left, he understands it won't be easy. It will be a lot harder than what he used to do. Hard work studies, just like school here, except we put you in mathematics and computer more heavily, military history, strategy, and tactics above all. The battle room. Being up for a challenge that you know will not be easy is courageous to do. Ender, after all this, it could ruin his life. He will be able to start a new life if he survives the bugger war. Maybe he will break under pressure. Maybe it will ruin your life. Maybe you'll hate me for coming here to your house today. There was nothing to pack, no belongings to take. Having to leave everything behind is extremely hard. It might ruin his life. After all that, he will need to start a new life and make new friends. Lastly, Ender saved the world against the buggers in the war. Saving the world is the most courageous thing someone can possibly do. If Ender had not helped in the war, the human race could be extinct. Ender, knowing that the weight of the whole human race is on his shoulders, is a lot of pressure for Ender, and also takes a lot of courage. If you try and lose, it isn't your fault, but if you don't try and we lose, then it's all your fault. You killed us all. Ender knew after the talk with Valentine he needed to try to help and save the world against the buggers. If he didn't die, trying is better than not trying. Knowing going into a battle you might die takes a lot of courage. Courage is not always apparent or even intended. Reflection often reveals the courageous side of action. I think Ender winning the war not intending to is a great example of this general courage generalization. Someone saving the world is unarguably the most courageous thing you can do. However, arguments could be made that Valentine is the most courageous by agreeing to help the government manipulate Ender. The problem with this is that she was blackmailed to make the letter to Ender. We can use your other letters to reconcile the writing style. Simple matter. Valentine knew that they could do that, and she was scared of what they would put. When you're blackmailed into doing something, it does not take courage to do what they are asking you to do. In all, Ender Wiggin is the most courageous character in Orson Scott Card because he stands up to others, gave his life for others, and saving the world. Ender's actions might not have been intended, but they were courageous.